Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United Arsenal show. Mandem United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast. Arsenal out here doing business. You know what I'm saying? Riccardo, Calafiori to Arsenal confirmed. So they finally got that deal over the line as well. I personally think it is a good deal for them as well. Arsenal are already very good defensively, and this is just further backup for them defensively from a centre-back and a left-back position. Also been linked to Chiesa. I'm saying Arsenal also linked to Chiesa, which I think would be a good deal for them, linked to Moreno. And Ketty has been linked with a move away. I believe it's Kirill, who's also been linked with a move away. As for Manchester United, kind of quiet for us. Højlund gets the number 9 shirt. That's the biggest, latest news coming from the Old Trafford camp. But big up to everyone supporting. Big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV as always. Make sure you run up the likes though, people. Hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, please share across all the socials at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, That's Me Flawless on Twitter and on Instagram. So please retweet and like on Twitter. Please share from the Instagram. And of course, on top of those two things, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well, people. Make sure you hit the notification bell because we have reached 12K. So there will be a 12K celebration stream soon, people. So yeah, road to 13,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United or Arsenal related. Tony's not back yet, people. He'll be back the first week of August. So next week he'll miss, then he'll be back the week after. But you know the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? They're the best content creators out there, especially when it comes to Arsenal. Because man he be calling it how he sees it, and I respect it. An avid non-Kool-Aid drinker. You know what I'm saying? He's smart enough then to drink the Kool-Aid. Man like TJ is in the building. Yes, TJ. How you doing, man? You good?
Bro, I am fantastic. And how dare you, Flawless? How dare you downplay the biggest news of the week?
What is it?
Dimitar Berbatov.
What's going on?
Yeah, Dimitar Berbatov wore the 9 for Man United.
Oh, this fucking guy. I thought he was being serious, yo, this guy.
And now, Rasmus Højlund. Let's give it up for him. Let's go. Man United, the future's looking bright for you guys. I'm really excited, and I get to see it live and in person on Saturday. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the new number 9.
Enjoy the game. I hope he bags. I hope he scores.
Yeah.
I hope he scores.
Ibrahimovic, man. Now you got Rasmus Højlund.
I think we're following suit from you lot, number 14, Henri. And then you lot gave it to Nketiah. So we was like,
we don't need to talk about that. That's old news. That's old news. That's old news. We don't need to talk about that. The Eddie Murphy lookalike, it looks like he's going to Marseille. So I'm all right with it, man. The 14 shirt's wide open. Now we can give it to Kai Havertz next and embarrass ourselves even more.
Hey, so man, I like that Kai Havertz, him cutting in from the right rather than the left, Henri-esque, but just from the other side. I see the vision, TJ. I see the vision
too, dude. If you don't see what Mikel Arteta is cooking, you need to get some glasses, mate. You know what I mean?
You do need to get some glasses. Super duper Mick. You know what I'm saying? Super duper Mick. It is big up Warrior J as always in the cut. I will start those messages. We will start there in regards to Calafiori. Big up nephew. Are we running today? Probably not. I'll let you know towards the end of the show, but probably not. I've got to be up at a decent time tomorrow. Big up AJB every single time as well. He mentioned TJ's channel. Links in the title. TJ Warren TV. Click the link and it opens up a new tab. Also, Flawless, huge congratulations on the 12K. Fully deserved. The channel is only getting better. Hey, salute AJ, man. Appreciate it. Bruno will talk about that as TJ eloquently put it in regards to Højlund and the 9 and how and big up. And just when I thought we should trust Ineos. To me, I'm not sure if Ineos get involved in those type of things in regards to, I don't know, actually, you know what? That's a great point. I don't know who deals with numbers. I don't know if it's the player. Well, obviously the player has a say, but I don't know who has say so. Like, can the manager say no? Like, who actually, if anyone in the chat actually knows, I don't know how it works at the professional level. Like, who says no to numbers?
I think players can if it's vacated, then players can ask for it. And I think Højlund probably asked for it, and Martial obviously isn't there anymore.
Yeah, so I wonder if it was like he asked for it and then Ten Hag was like, yeah, I wonder who has to A-OK. I presume it'd be players and managers. I've never actually thought about it until now, to be honest. Big up Jeff in the cut. Well, big up Matthew. Says, big up Højlund 9 makes me sick. We'll talk about that as well. It's just so, just nonsense. Lewis, he's in watch along today. Big up Mike's as well, man. Good to see Mike. Good to see you in the chat. He says, Ornstein tweet. What's the Ornstein tweet? Let me know. If Ornstein's dropped a tweet, let me know. But we'll start here with Warrior J writing this. Much appreciated. He says, Riccardo Calafiori to Arsenal. Here we go. Bologna and Arsenal have started to exchange documents right now. All sorted. Also between Bologna and Basel, Calafiori will sign a 5-year deal. No option for 4 million euros a season. Medical in the US deal done and story confirmed. Yeah, man. What are you saying, TJ? Let me know. Thoughts.
I am absolutely. And by the way, yeah, I just saw that Ornstein tweet. We're gonna definitely need to talk about it. But the news is Calafiori, people. The news is Calafiori finally over the line. And look, you can't totally blame, and I said this last week, and I'll say it again. You cannot totally blame Edu and Arsenal for being delayed in getting this over the line. There was a lot of people that needed to get paid for the fact that this kid's transfer value blew up over the Euros. So don't totally tag it on them. I am hopeful at this point that now that we've gotten this over the line, it breaks open the rest of our transfer business that we need to get done. So obviously we're seeing news of some outgoings coming up. Eddie and Kedia obviously leaked out going to Marseille. We got Emile Smith Rowe close to leaving us to go to Fulham. But we're starting to finally get the business done that we need to get done. But getting Calafiori in shows that we are finally taking the center back backup role seriously. We have two of the best center backs in the Premier League, in Gabriel and Saliba. But if you've seen how far we fall if we do not have quality at the center back position. So it's a very, very positive move, in my opinion. He has the profile that Mikel Arteta likes. He has the profile that a lot of people in our fan base like. So we'll see. He's in the U.S. He passed his medical. We're ready to go. Hopefully we see him on Saturday or Wednesday. I don't think he's probably not going to be playing tonight, but he will be playing before they leave the United States, I hope, so we can see him in that role. But yeah, I agree with what you said at the top of the show, Flawless, and what we've been saying for weeks. We need some consistency. I mean, say Jurrien Timber doesn't come back, or Jurrien Timber doesn't come back, or Zinchenko doesn't earn the faith of the manager again. We have a solid option at left back that we can play out there. And it's one of those things where we have complained about lack of squad depth, and it looks like the management's actually taking it seriously. So let's go out there and let's see what this kid can do. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. We need consistency on that left side, whether it's Jurrien Timber playing over there, which I hope it is because he looks very, very good, or if it's Calafiori. We just need consistency. We need support on that left side. That was our worst side of the pitch all season last season.
I remember you saying that consistently. Jared shows last season how poor it was out there, especially with Zinchenko. Not just you. He was criticized heavily by many.
Yeah, absolutely. You got Zinchenko out there, not knowing what he's doing, inverting. He obviously he is a CDM. He has not a defensive bone in his body. He was a liability out there. So we definitely need somebody out there that can be defensive and can overlap and can support the wingers. That's the big thing. And I think that Martinelli had a really, really hard time coping with that last season, which is why you saw him fall off so bad. And you saw Trossard come in there and step in because he is more of a technical footballer that can handle that. He's more of a seasoned person that can handle that. So I'm excited about it, honestly. And if we can continue to get solid performances out of the left back, it only helps our wingers. So I'm excited about it. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say about it until let's see what this kid can do. And obviously we need to see the rest of this transfer business start going out the door. You mind if I move over to?
Of course, definitely, without doubt. And you know how you're making it because you're getting fake accounts of you in the chat while you're on stream. So that's a sign. Trust me.
It's okay. We're blowing up out here. I'm not worried about it.
Take that with that is positivity. Again, TJ Warren, make sure you click the link in the title as well. I'm going to change the title also and add this in, but exclusive. Allstein Bomber. Fulham close to reach an agreement with Arsenal to sign Emile Smith-Rowe. Talks over move worth up to £35 million would be a record recruitment for Fulham, plus match biggest Arsenal sale. So thoughts on this as well? I'm literally going to change this.
If they get this done, I will be extremely happy, because Smith-Rowe will not get a sniff in this team. You saw it last season, and when he did get the chance, he fell short. I hate to say it. There were a couple of chances against Bournemouth earlier in the season where he had nailed on chances and he just missed. I just don't think that he fits into this system well enough. He had a very, very good season 2 years ago. Everybody's going to remember those games against Chelsea where he absolutely shined. But last season before that, it was touch and go there for a while. So he needs, if his career is to take off, he needs to take a step back to a team that will utilize him more and get more game time. He is not getting into this midfield, into the starting 11, period, end of story. I think we just have too much quality there. And this kid deserves more than just to sit bench. So to see him get into a Premier League side like Fulham, who, they're going to stay up. They're not in any danger of getting relegated or anything like that. He can definitely develop in that system. And I'm just very, very happy for him, because honestly, he's a good kid. You could tell he cares and he wants to survive and succeed. So yeah, no, I'm excited about it. And we actually get a good price for him as well. I think 35 million is fantastic. Does that really match the Oxlade-Chamberlain outgoing?
I think it was, I thought it was 40. I thought it was 40. No.
Yeah, let me know.
But it says maybe because it says worth up to. Maybe with add-ons, maybe it goes over. I'm not sure.
And Andrew, I'm 35 years old. Everybody's a kid. Okay, so it's one of those things where if you're in your 20s, I'm going to call you a kid. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. But Ox was 40 exactly. Chillin'. Thank you very much for doing that. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it, and hopefully this breaks the logjam. Like I said at the top of the show, guys. Arsenal need to start moving the players that are not going to get regular time out of the club. So the Emile Smith-Rowes, the Eddie Nketiahs, the Fabio Vieiras, I'm going to say it again, the Fabio Vieiras need to get out of the club so we can start either giving some of the youth a chance or start or bring in somebody else that's of a little bit more quality. I've been calling out for a 6 for 12 months now, but it looks like Thomas Partey is staying.
Oh, is he staying? Is Thomas Partey staying? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's staying. It doesn't look like. I mean, he's not linked to any other clubs. He was linked to Saudi there, but it doesn't look like those links were actually worth their weight in gold or worth their weight in anything, to be honest. So, again, the injury record is a huge concern for him. If he can stay, he's one of the best 6s in the Prem. If he's not, and if he can stay not injured, he's one of the best 6s in the Prem. Let's just be honest there. But if he is injured, then he's just a Ghanaian paperweight, just holding the bench down, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, he's in, and the chat's right. Great squad option. Obviously, we need somebody consistent next to Declan Rice. We've said this before and we said it again. Declan Rice is not good in the single 6. And if you're trying to convince yourself otherwise, all you need to do is go back and watch the Euros again. And all you England fans, I'm sure you would love to do that. Anyway, no, I'm thrilled with the business that we did today. Now let's go out there and do some more. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go out there and do some more.
It's all going well at Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? That's all I would say. It seems to be all going well at Arsenal. Very much so. Calafiori deal in is looking like that. Smith-Rowe is on his way out for a good price as well. You've been linked to, and you mentioned as well, is it Kiwior who could be leaving? Am I correct in saying that?
Kiwior could be leaving. I think he accidentally just banned
bad. My bad. That's
all right.
Dude, I got you down. My bad.
Yeah, all you trolls out there going back under your bridge.
You can tell it is. Yeah, I blocked Dow by accident. I unhid him. Dow, my apologies.
It's okay. It's okay. So, dude, Are we pulling the trigger? Let me know, chat. Are we pulling the trigger a little bit too quick on Kiwior? I'm not too sure. I think that he was a solid bench option last season. I thought he went out there and he did what was needed for him when he was called upon. A lot better than some of our other left backs that we saw out there. Tomiyasu struggled on the left. Zinchenko doesn't need to be said. Struggled on the left. So I don't know why we're getting rid of somebody that could again be that versatile left back, can fill in at center back if need be. But I mean, if he's the same kind of profile type a player that Calafiori is, then I can understand it. But again, coverage has always been a problem for us, and we had to deal with it this last season before that in our back line. So
I think it's just more like where would he play, because you signed Calafiori, so you got Gabriel, you got Calafiori for the left, Saliba for the right hand side. Timber can also play centre back. Ben White can also play centre back.
Right.
I suppose Kiwior can play left back.
We don't want to see Ben White anywhere near center back, but yeah, he can play there, I guess. I'm just saying. No, I just got nightmares from that season 2 years ago, and I was like, oh wow. Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, no, I see what you're saying. I mean, and look, it might come down to the fact that Kiwior will not get playing time with the current depth situation that we have on the left. So I would understand it. He's linked to Inter, I believe. And yeah, again, these outgoings, I understand. You know, I have no ill will towards Smith Rowe. I have no ill will towards Kiwior. They made mistakes while they were here. Absolutely. Like Kiwior at Liverpool comes to mind a couple of years ago. But again, you know, I think that there are other players that we need to be prioritizing getting out, aka Eddie Nketiah, as I've said, Fabio Vieira. You know, these players have shown that they are not of the Arsenal level and they need to be moved on. So I'm hoping that we do that and we either give some of this youth a chance or go out there and make another splash in the midfield. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Again, I don't know if we're linked to anybody else in the midfield. I haven't seen any.
The only person I've seen is, like I mentioned at the start of the show, is Moreno. That is the one. Moreno, Olmo. They're the two I've seen you get linked with. And you do need someone.
And Olmo, I think is almost a pipe dream. I don't think we're
because you need someone like you said in that midfield alongside Rice and with Odegaard, because that's the clear area that needs improvement for you lot, is the central midfield area and the striker area as well.
Right. And this is why I have a really hard time believing that we're going to go after like a Chiesa. Like a Chiesa would make way too much sense. So that's why I'm just kind of not believing it, I guess, because I've said before, like I didn't think that the left back position was, I thought it was probably third or fourth on the list of important signings given the personnel that we have right now. But you know, hopefully we're looking in another direction to fill in the striker position, another 6, another right wing. Like Chiesa would be incredible. But
I think
when you see yeah, exactly. So when you see that on Twitter, I'm just kind of like, that's one of those things that's like too good to be true. Like the Nico Williams links, like no way, he's not coming.
Oh yeah. Nico Williams.
Those are ridiculous. Like as soon as I woke up and saw those links, I literally put my phone down, went back to sleep. Like that's nothing to get excited about because that's not true.
That's the way, bro. That's the way it's supposed to be. That is it for real. Like that's how we're supposed to. Certain things you see and you're just like, all right, cool, whatever. I've done that many a time. You see certain links, I'm not even giving this extra time. Matthew mentioned this because other people have mentioned this. The Arsenal really need Calafiori though. How do you look at that? Because I've seen, I would say, would it split? Yeah, I'd say it's split. Because I see some people who I think it's a good idea. I personally think it is a good idea, but then others are like, you don't need another centre back. Where do you stand with that exactly?
I think that we need him, but I've said this before, so sorry if I sound like a broken record here, but we are thin at the center back position, guys. Like, let's be real here. Kiwior, yeah, he can fill in at center back, but he doesn't have as much profile or experience as Calafiori does. Like, obviously the manager rates Calafiori above Kiwior, which is why Kiwior is going out. But did we really need him from a coverage perspective? Absolutely. Because he can play on the left. We have issues with Zinchenko. We don't fully trust Kiwior over there. Tomiyasu's more of a right back. Like, really, if you think about it, if you really deep it, yes, we do. We do need him because one of our center back goes down. You slot him in there right there. And in the Italian league, he played more at left center back than any other position. So say there's an injury back there. Say Gabriel goes out for an extended period of time. We have coverage there that isn't, Cedric. Like it makes sense. It makes total sense. Now, whether or not it's going to work out is a whole different topic. And oh my God, I'm not saying I'm sipping the Kool-Aid, but I am feeling optimistic because we're actually getting stuff done.
Talk about it, man. Yeah, man, because that was something that other Arsenal fans and yourself were critical of, was the speed in which you were doing deals and the lack of deals, I should say. But now, Calafiori, Smith Rowe, it seems to be going in the right direction.
Right, no, exactly. And 4 center backs as your back 4, though. Ben White hasn't been a center back in 2 years certified. So big up certified, by the way.
Big up certified.
Big up certified every single time. But yeah, no, he played center back at Brighton. He played right, but Arteta morphed him into one of the best right backs in the league. So to say that he's a center back, I think that's disingenuous. Obviously, I think we have the best center back pairing in the Premier League, arguably. But where we have needed coverage is that left side. So do we need Calafiori? Yeah, I think we do. But now that we're talking about outgoings, you will hear the negative people in the fan base talking about how we have so much dead wood in this club. Now, the criticism has been that we aren't selling these players, right? We're loaning them out. Sambi Lakanga loaned out. Nuno Tavares loaned out with options to buy. We need to stop giving the option to buy and start selling these players because they do not have a future. Can anybody honestly look at me with a straight face and say, hey, TJ, Sambi Lakanga, I think he's a real future player, real star for this club? Are you kidding me? Come on. He had a couple of good games at Luton last season and everybody's bigging him up to be like the next I don't even know who. Like, there's no comparable guy. Like, the only thing that he's going to be remembered for is complaining on the documentary that he isn't getting enough game time. And he did it in front of the cameras. Like, I don't know how many people remember that, but it's just like Sambi Lakanga has never been good enough for this squad. Period. End of story. Get him out. Nuno Tavares yanked in that game. What was it? The Nottingham Forest game. The FA Cup match when they were back in the championship and we got beat 1-0 at the City Ground and he got yanked in the first 45 minutes against a championship club. Yeah, he's not good enough. So get these guys out, start selling them. So this is why I'm encouraged by this, because Emile Smith Rowe, never going to start, wants to be a starter, needs to go to Fulham. Perfect. Get him out. No loan to buy. Just sell him. Get him out. Now, we got to talk about Fabio Vieira next.
Because somebody did say in the chat that with Smith Rowe going, do you believe that Fabio Vieira is staying? Actually, it was AJB who said it as well. And now that wasn't the real Yan, by the way, Andrew. But yeah, he said that Vieira, these fake accounts are everywhere. I don't know what's going on there. They're really out tonight. But yeah, Vieira, that could mean Vieira is staying, and that's not a good thing. Do you think that indicates that he is staying, or you could still move him on as well alongside Smith Rowe?
I don't think we're going to move him on. I think that Arteta spent the money to bring him in, and I don't think he's done with him yet. And
how much was he, Vieira? How much did he pay for him?
35 mil.
Okay, that's not too shabby.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that expensive, but I want to see more out of him. He had a couple of good games last season, but then completely lost his head, got that red card, and then we didn't see him until like April. Like that, the guy is not consistent enough for me. He's too thin. He needs to get on that. He needs to go on. And this is the joke that keeps getting recycled, but he needs to go on load to Gold's Gym, to Genesis, to whatever.
He needs to get in the gym, man.
He's not big enough.
Some weights.
He's not big enough, man. No, and that might fly in the Portuguese league for Sporting, but it's not going to fly in the Premier League where he's going to get knocked around, especially in the final third. Man, you could get strong gust to win. The kid gets blown over. That's where I think Emile Smith Rowe kind of outranked him, but again, neither of these players are going to start over Martin Odegaard. None of these players are going to start over Kai Havertz if he ends up going to the 8. I mean, our midfield from an 8 and a 10 perspective is set. So it's going to be hard for these players to get in unless they can transform themselves into a CDM. So yeah. No, and Eli, big up Eli in the chat. He's saying exactly what it is. Should have been Fabio. I agree, but he's invested too much time into Fabio, I think, at this point now. And he spent money on Fabio. He's assigning, he's putting his name on the players that he brought in. Mikel Arteta is. Like, he did the same thing with Kai Havertz, and he put and fair play to him. He put it paid off last season. Kai Havertz earned a spot in the squad last season. Now, do I think he's good enough to start in the 9? No, I don't. I think we need better quality to get over the line, which is why, I've never seen Gyökeres play, but I wouldn't mind seeing this kid come in. Everybody's bigging him up to be the next big thing. So
I've heard this about Gyökeres too. I've not.
Everybody's saying that he can cook. Yeah, but I'm not trying to go out there and like recruit based off of Twitter comps. So, if we
facts, don't do that.
So if we end up bringing this kid in, we've talked about this before. We literally, that introduces a whole litany of other issues. So, like, obviously we don't know where Gabriel Jesus is going to play. He's probably going to end up sitting bench because Kai Havertz is going to start in the 9 all season long, barring any injury. So, I mean,
don't think you actually go and sign another striker? You don't think you sign a striker?
No, we're not signing a striker.
So you reckon it's going to be Havertz, Jesus? Even if you sell Nketiah, you don't think they'll try and reinvest that money and try and sign a striker?
No, I don't think so.
Whoa.
I don't think so.
So you just have the season with just Jesus and Havertz?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and look, there are people that say, oh yeah, Martinelli and Trossard can swing in at the 9 too if there's an injury problem.
You know what? I think Trossard as a 9 full stop for you would be the idea. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, he played really well in the false 9, but when he started games last season, he was extremely inconsistent. Off the bench, he was an absolute game changer for a majority of the seasons he played off the bench. But when he was in the starting 11, and Arsenal fans, all you guys that are in the chat right now, let me know. But he was just so inconsistent. He was absolutely he was a killer when he was coming off the bench, and he was that kick in the ass that we needed late in games. But starting, he left a little bit to be desired. Now, what do we do with Jesus is kind of the thing that I have to talk about here a little bit, because look, I think he can be that backup to Bukayo Saka. Everybody's been talking about.
I think he's perfect for that role. I just don't think he wants to do that role.
I don't think he wants to do it either. But a lot of us don't want to do what we want to do. That's the work part of the work, right? Come on, Flawless. What you're up at midnight talking to me, bro? Like, that's the hard part of the job sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to do things you don't want to do.
You could be Jez or Surfer or Ryan.
Exactly.
Like it could be worse.
You got to bring entertainment to the people, and sometimes it's painful for you. Sometimes your team puts Højlund in the 9. Sometimes your job is hard. But anyway, getting back to Jesus, I thought he played well last season, man. On the right, when he did play on the right against Man City, I thought he did a job. And look, Reece Nelson is not the guy. He does not have the experience to get us over the line, and he has shown that he's not going to be a starting 9 or really rated as a backup 9. And he can go out there, he can run around a lot, but he doesn't have the technical ability that Jesus or Bukayo Saka do. It's easy.
If I said that Kool-Aid ain't selling itself, that's a brilliant comment. That's a brilliant comment. And that is super accurate as well.
Save that one for when Tony's back and the stars start aligning, man. Come on now.
I can't wait for Tony to be back so I can ask him about a live stream if the stars are aligning.
Dude,
I want to know, man. Because the funniest part about when he...
The stars are aligning on August 7th, people. The stars align. The constellations are out.
It's just the funniest part of clips when me and Tony are talking about Arsenal is you in the background making noise. That's what makes me laugh at that. Like when he said we're going to City to smash them up, and you went,
perfect. Look, it's the perfect panel. I'm not gonna lie to you, the perfect Arsenal panel. If one exists, that's it. But no, getting back to Jesus, look, man, and this is the last thing I'll say on this is I think Gabriel Jesus belongs in this team. I rate Gabriel Jesus not as a 9. I think he's put in performances on the wing that I rate in big games against his former club last season. And he kind of played in that right wing back as well. And he played a left wing back role against Man City in the second game too. Held up the ball very well in the first game. So look, we need experience in this club. We need people that know how to win and have won before. Gabriel Jesus is that guy. As much as a lot of this fan base don't rate him, you got to. He's not good in the 9. I'll give you that. He literally came out and said he's not very comfortable in the 9. But on the right, I thought he was fantastic last season, and I cannot wait to see what we can do. He can do off the bench because look, he's not going to start. So, you know, I'm
that's what he did for City.
Right.
That's the craziest part. Like him on the wing as backup to Saka makes sense, but I think that's why he made the move from Manchester City. I think not only to play more, but also not to play right wing. I think he wants to play, even though goal scoring is not his strongest point, and he said this himself. He's the guy who he wants to play center forward, I think, and that's what that is.
Yeah,
to makes all the sense in the world to have him as backup to Saka because he has all the attributes to play right wing. Can also play left wing as well. He has the physical attributes, and he's technically good enough, and he'll pop up with the odd goal as well. And fake accounts in the chat, people. So you see Lewis and Jan, and basically anyone who's been on the channel has more than likely modded. It's not them people. So Lewis has a modded account here. So does Jan. So does others. Yeah. So fake Lewis. There's fake TJs. There's a fake me. You don't know. Hey, mods be on job. AJB, the rest of the mods, you don't know what to do. But that's where I'm at with Jesus. But just under 60 of you lot in there. 40 likes, people. 10 more. Let's get us up to 50 likes. Make sure you subscribe to TJ's channel, TJ Warren TV. The link is in the title. It's underneath in the description. Also on the featured channel page. So you just click the link right now and it opens up a new tab. And you can go subscribe, hit the notification bell, and find all of his content over there. Especially if you're an Arsenal fan, but if you're a content creator fan, make sure you go support TJ over there. In regards to my club, go on, fam. Let
me just in regards to your club too, because I'm going out to LA. I'm going out to LA this weekend, guys. So there will be content. There will be. You don't know who I'm gonna run. Like, who knows who I run into out there? And I just throw my phone on StreamYard and we go. Like, that is what we are doing out there. It's a solo trip. I'm meeting up. I think I'm meeting up with Cubed, and then after that, it's a free for all.
Love that. Shout out to Cubed.
Just go out there. Just subscribe. Put your eyes on the notification bell. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild week because I will be in LA for Man United and I will be in Philly for Liverpool. So
love that.
Wild,
man,
wild
enjoy.
Week.
Make sure you get some content, man, whether some blogs, pictures, video, the whole 9, man. Make sure you do so. I want to see that as well. And to pick up to King Winter Soldier, who says, bro, you and TJ never come up on my timeline. I just hit the like button. All I would say to that is Sarcasm City TV, the Twitter and the Instagram. If you're on either of those, follow and hit the notification bell because you're not going to get notified all the time because I only tweet out on those accounts when I'm on shows. So make sure you're following me, follow TJ across our personal socials, but at Sarcasm City TV, that's why it's there. So at Sarcasm City TV, right there, people, Twitter and Instagram. So if you follow those pages, notification bell, boom. That way you'll get notified every time we go live. Yeah, you follow me on Insta, Best Up King Winter Soldier. Follow the Sarcasm City TV on Insta though.
Yes,
in that way. But I always post out on my personal account as well. But obviously, if you turn on the notifications, you're going to get other times that post. So if you just want Sarcasm City TV notifications of going live, because YouTube just be, I don't know why YouTube be YouTubing the way it moves at times, at Sarcasm City TV on Instagram. Follow and notify the story. Like I've literally posted it before we went out today. That's what it is. And yeah, man, obviously, if he's there, the big 6, man, you know what I'm saying? Get to the big 6.
And I met Turkish last year and Don Robbie, but they don't know who I am. But I know I've met Saeed. Like I know Saeed through other people. So if I see them, I'll go up and say what's up and give them
say blessed. Don't know you 100%, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's fake accounts of you out here now. For real, crazy. Yeah, just
it's crazy.
I don't know what's going on. This is back in like the COVID era when there's so many just fake accounts and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. It's mad. Yeah, King Winter Soldier just got that. So like I said, if you turn on the notification on the story on Instagram, it will pop up 100%. It would. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, fake accounts galore, but we're going to keep it, bro. I don't know what is going on here. It is absolutely nuts. But run up the likes anyway. In regards to, before I get on to Manchester United, Højlund number 9, continue to get your questions in, people. Just please keep it Manchester United or Arsenal related. Of course, if you super chat, We'll definitely get to it, but I get to all the good questions, people. But yeah, United, Højlund number 9, and this was something that was rumored a few weeks ago, and then nothing came of it. Manchester United have given him a number 9, and the first thing I thought was, why? Why have we given the number 9? There was no need whatsoever to give Højlund the number 9. He's already under immense pressure after an extremely poor season. The last thing he needs is more spotlight. Take the spotlight away from him. He does not need to be in the spotlight. He does not need to be starting. He actually was better off the bench towards the back end of the season. And I think he has attributes that can be utilized off the bench, as he's shown. So whether it's Xerxes, we need to get, he had the number 11 before, which he shouldn't have got anyway. But it's like, why? Why give him the number 9? Really foolish move. He doesn't need any more pressure. We watched how much he suffered last season. And was it all on Højlund? No, it wasn't all on him. Should he have done more? Yes, but he was in a terrible predicament. Look how the players around him were performing. Look how the team was performing overall. Look how the manager was utilizing him, etc. The 9 does not suit him. Absolutely not. It really, really doesn't. It's a terrible move. He doesn't need it. He shouldn't have got the 11. Never mind the number 9. So now it's like you're at Manchester United as the striker and you've got number 9 on your back.
What's worse? What's worse? Mount at 7 or Højlund with the 9?
Mount with the 7, because at least with Højlund there was an unknown. And there's still kind of an unknown. Even though he's had a terrible season, like,
yeah,
with Højlund, there's still kind of, it's one season. Let's see how you do this in the second season. Whereas Mount, that was never going to work. To the point where Manchester United have been linked with so many midfielders over this summer transfer window. And then when it's myself or I hear others talk about, let's say it's Agate with Meno, or how does Agate link up with Casemiro or Amrabat, etc., etc. Nobody mentions Mount. He's never an idea for a solution to what's going on in our midfield, whether it's from a defensive standpoint or an offensive standpoint. That's how bad he is, that he's an afterthought. People will mention Meno. People will mention Bruno. People will mention, all right, can Casemiro turn around his form? Is he poor? Agate, Fofana. Who else we've been linked with? We've been linked with Zubamendi. People will always mention these players, but with him, he's never even mentioned as a possible solution. Not even the solution. You're not even in the equation of people's minds where people.
I think a lot of the United fans, like and sorry to interrupt you. I think a lot of the United fans, and you were getting to this, forgot he was even a part of the club halfway through the season because he was injured. He was transparent out there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, did he even score? Like, I don't even remember.
Twice. He scored against. Remember, he scored against Brentford.
Oh
late.
Yeah.
He scored, and then Brentford scored after Brentford,
and then he was money man after that. Yeah.
And that's the thing is that even once he was playing, and people say he didn't get much game time. Meno, in the same amount of small game time, made such a major impact. We seen Meno 2 or 3 games in the same position, and everyone went, "Who's this? What a player he is!" For those that were unaware, and then all of a sudden, his value and his stock rose. Mount played, and even Ten Hag, as bad as he was last season, Ten Hag played him Mount the first 2 opening games with him and Bruno and Casemiro, and even he realized, this isn't going to work, and this is why he played him left wing. He played him right wing. Yes, he had injuries, but even when he was back fit, he wasn't first off. We've seen Ten Hag throw players in straight after injury. It wasn't even that. Again, because you don't offer anything. Like I said, all this whole summer that people are like, is it a good signing? And we'll see what Mount does. He's not good. He don't excel at anything. Just be out there running around.
Yep.
He's cardio. That's what it is. He's a try-hard, good lad. That's what it is. But he does nothing. Flawless, you concerned about Malacia? Sorry, he's not coming to your preseason tour because he's still doing rehab. No, I'm just glad that 1, we've seen him, and 2, he's doing rehab. He was legit out the entire year. He is so far behind fitness-wise. Him not being on the tour is not a surprise to me. Would I prefer him to be on the tour? Yes. But him not being on the tour shows how far behind he is. And hopefully it accelerates Manchester United going to sign a left-back. I like Malacia. When he played in the first season, I was like, worst case scenario, you're a squad player. I like him as the backup left back. Like the physical attributes he has, technically he's decent. And he has the mental attributes as well. He won't shirk no challenges. When him and Saka went head to head, even though Saka got the best of him at OT, He rose to the challenge. He didn't shy. Saka went past him. Next time Saka got the ball, he's right there. He's right there. He's right. Like he's not shirking away. He's not, hey, double up. He's not, I don't want to challenge. And I rate that highly. Hey, King Winter Soldier, why are you asking me questions you know the answer to? This guy, he went up Don't asking me questions you know the answer to. I have a question for you, Flawless. The squad you have right now, what lineup do you want to see this upcoming season? Unfortunately, it has to be Onana in goal. Dalot right back. Fuck, who are our left backs? Has to be Shaw because he's the only left back because Velasi's not around. Martinez, Euro, Casemiro, Mano.
Euro right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, without watching him, I'm already better. I know he's already better than Lindelof and Maguire without even watching him like that. And then what I heard from preseason, Mano, Casemiro, Bruno, Xerxes, Sancho, Diallo. That'd be my team. Sancho on the left, Diallo on the right. That's what I would say. Yeah, they say a lot. I heard the United fans saying they don't rate Watkins. Not rating Watkins is crazy. To not rate Watkins is crazy. Watkins has even surprised me. That's crazy.
Tell him to put down the booze.
Yeah, that's crazy. And shout out to a real one, Cubed. Love every single time. Says Flawless. Don't let TJ's fraudulent.
What I do?
I'm already aware. Nah, he deserves that. Hold that, man. You're a real one, Cubed. You're a real one, Cubed.
No, hold on. Let me quote Floss. What I do? No, big up, Cubed. See you in 48 hours. Oh my god.
Yeah, shout out Cubed. Enjoy Cubed. Enjoy for real. Big up to Cubed every single time I'm gonna get on the channel. MF, it sounds crazy. That's a crazy name, but big up. Says Flawless. What happened with Casemiro? I thought he was gonna go this summer. All before as the season was coming to a close, and then all before the window, before the Euros, I should say, like that postseason. All the noise and all the conversation was Casemiro's leaving definitely. But it seems he's staying, which I'm in the minority. I'm cool with. Now, do I want someone else there? Yeah, let's say we go get Agate or we go get Fofana. That's who I like for that role. A Casemiro off the bench, like Arsenal with Calafiori, strength in depth is key. If Casemiro is on our bench, I'm cool with that. If we were to go get a Fofana and Casemiro's playing well and Fofana's on the bench, or we get an Agate and Agate is not playing well and he's on the bench and Casemiro's playing, that's what you want. So if it's Casemiro and Agate or it's Casemiro and Fofana, good. Rather than Casemiro and McTominay. Look at the upgrade that we're talking about here. So yeah, I'm fully with Casemiro staying because people act like Casemiro hit 30, 31 however old he is and just declined ridiculously. It's like Casemiro's still the same Casemiro. Did he have a poor season? Yes. He was very, very poor. I expect so much better from him. However, I think he can get back to that with better players around him and the manager playing some form of system that helps. If he's there in a single six, he's going to die again, as everybody did in our midfield, not called Kobe Mano. So yeah, I still think he can offer. He still can be an asset. He can still perform in the first, like he did in the first season, this season coming. He still has the physical attributes, still has the technical attributes, and still has the mental attributes. He's not declined to the point where I go, yeah, Casemiro's way off it. Good to have around. So I actually want him to stay. I do. So yeah, I'm with that.
How many people in the current Man United squad have won a Champions League? You still need to have these winners in the club. That's why I'm not so quick to bin off Kai Havertz. I'm not so quick to bin off the Gabriel Jesuses of this team, because you need proven winners. You need people that have won legit hardware, major trophies in your squad to show the young kids how to do it. You know, I really truly do believe in that, and I think that's a good reason. Jorginho, another one. As much as we talk about like the Chelsea pensioners and the Arsenal squad, I like players that have won major trophies in this squad to make sure that you're showing the kids how to win.
Yeah, and that's where it's at with Casemiro. So yeah, even if he's a bench, but I have no issue with him on the bench. Zero issue with the Casemiro on the bench. I have zero issue with him starting, but are you performing to a good level? Who is competing for your spot? Who is next to you? Let's say he is next to a Mano, or he is next to a Zubimendi, or he's next to a midfielder of quality. All of a sudden, you're going to see a better Casemiro. He can still definitely be an asset, without doubt. Warrior Jake. How to be Justice asked about Amrabat. Here's my thing with Amrabat. Amrabat should be back up to the backup. So say we were to loan Amrabat in, and let's say let's say for example it's Fofana, because that's the one who I prefer. So let's say it's Fofana, Casemiro, and then you got Amrabat backing that up. I have no issues with that whatsoever, because I know exactly what I'm going to get with Amrabat every time he plays. 6 out of 10, ultimate professional. Go out there, be a nuisance, tackle people, try hard, win the ball back, and pass it 5 yards to someone in the same color shirt as him. That's all I need him to do. He's shown that in the FA Cup final, the role that he provided. He just went out there and harried the Manchester City midfielders. Nothing special, no frills. That's exactly what it says on the tin, what I need from a defensive midfielder of his caliber. So for that, I know I'm not getting nothing special. If he's back up, if it's if it's Fofana, Casemiro, and then you have Amrabat, cool. No issue with seeing Amrabat, because I can trust him in a big game. Because especially when we're without the ball, we're going away to the Emirates, we're going away to the Etihad, we're going away to Anfield. If I see Amrabat in the lineup in the midfield, I have no issues whatsoever. Ironically, one of our better performances away at Anfield, Amrabat was in the midfield. The FA Cup final, one of our better performances, Amrabat was in the midfield. Because Eddie says this all the time. If you surround tryhards with talent, you can get the best. Maino's the talented one. Don't worry about running in defensive. Maino, I got you. And Amrabat and he's not going to complain. He's never going to get in any trouble. You don't have to worry about ultimate professional and experienced as well. So again, it's all about price point. Loan deal, I'm with it. If we can loan him again, cool. Or we get him for 5 million. Yeah, cool, Amrabat. No problem with that. I think put it this way, he's a much better squad player than a Scott McTominay. Much better player. So that's what I would say with that. Question for Flawless: will United win more trophies again this season? I like this question. I ain't gonna lie. I think this is the time that our luck in regards to, I would say, look, maybe because the Carabao Cup, we had a very favorable draw. Not so much in the FA Cup, actually, but I think there's only so many times the quality, you can get away with a lack of quality. So no, I don't think. I think we both end up trophyless, United and Arsenal, to be honest.
Oh,
with a favorable draw, we could do something, as we've shown.
To be fair, your draws were pretty favorable. Last season, ours weren't. I mean, yeah, you can make
in the Carabao Cup in the first season, yeah. The FA Cup, not so much, because we played
City
FA
in the
Cup.
FA Cup, you still had to go. You still had to go through Liverpool and City.
City, we played the first and the third best teams. I can't remember who else we played in the FA Cup. I know we had Coventry in the semi-final, Liverpool quarter-final. I can't remember who was in the third, fourth. Who was the third, fourth, fifth rounds? Let me know, people in the chat.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it was like, wasn't it like, it was like Newport County, if I remember correctly. It was
Newport the FA. Yeah, Newport was the FA Cup.
Newport was the first round in the FA Cup. And they scored twice.
Gave us a game, yo. Newport County.
They gave you a game, bro.
Newport County gave us a game, and people were like, yo, I can't believe they gave us a game. We played Wigan, Newport County, and then there's probably one more. So mix. We played.
Yeah, and we get Liverpool.
You got knocking Liverpool out the FA Cup ain't for everybody. You know,
I'm
saying.
God,
saying that is, but we did. You could say we had a favorable draw, but then we played the first and third best teams in the league. So
yep, true.
It's a mix. Because I think most people thought we were going to lose to Liverpool, and most people thought we were going to get beat by City. So that's what I would say.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. What's your question, Slims? Ask it again when I get to it. If I missed it, this. After hearing about Ineos announcing Ten Hag staying, you were really upset and put strikes against them. Where are you at with them now? The same place I was at with them then. Still don't trust them. Still, this is why I'm not drinking the Ineos Kool-Aid. Still don't trust them. But I can look past my dislike for your decision and still credit you. It's kind of like if I don't rate a player, if he plays well or is in good form, I'm going to say that player is playing well or is in good form. So we use Højlund. Højlund all of a sudden at the start of the season is on fire and is playing well and is in great form for the first couple months. I'm not the type to double down because of what I've said about him. No, he's in very, very good form and he's playing well. Happy about it. So that's where I'm at with Ineos. Wasn't happy about Ten Hag staying, but outside of that, everything else they've done I really like. And I can only praise because they've moved efficiently. They've moved with purpose. They've moved very smart in regards to fees and transfers as well. The transfer targets have all made sense as well. And you can clearly see they have a clear idea of what they're doing. You can clearly see these are footballing people who have been in this situation before because they're not being taken for a ride. Last season, we paid the money for Brantford. We paid that 70-80 million for Brantford. But actually walking away from multiple deals. Prices are too high. Agate, the price is too high. De Ligt, the price is too high. Brantford, the price was too high. Xerxes, we got for cheaper over the installments. Euro, we got for 42 M's. We're actually negotiating, not just prolonged saga. And we're moving on from target to very quickly. And it's multiple deals. It's not no Dragon Ball Z saga anymore, where it's just De Jong saga. Go back and look on this channel last season. The amount of times I mentioned De Jong in titles. It was De Jong saga continues. De Jong saga continues. Goku fighting Frieza on Namek. That's what it was. For those that have Dragon Ball Z heads, we know. Someone posted the full thing on Twitter. That's like 3 hours and 20 minutes. That tells you all you need to know, man. Long ass saga, man. Long ass saga. Shout out, yo, the rise of Dragon Ball Z, crazy though. Crazy. So yeah, that's where I stand. Never ignore any questions. If I see it, if I missed it, it's on accident. Yep. TJ, are you concerned about Tomiyasu? Apparently he's injured again during pre-season.
Another reason why we need squad depth. The guy's injury record has not been great for us. Everybody keeps bringing up Tomiyasu and who else was injured on the left end? Yuri and Timber and their injury concerns. I mean, I'm concerned about him, but there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's not like he was on the block to get sold anyway. So it's just horrible luck for him. I think, yeah, he's a very good player. He was cooking on the right side when Ben White picked up that knock last season. So it's a bummer for him for his career, but thankfully I think we have enough coverage at this point, especially with Calafiori coming in. Which is why, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, I question binning QER off too quick just because we are already looking like we have injury concerns. And look, we have an entire preseason to watch players get hurt on turf that is not good. I mean, you guys, this isn't talked about enough either, guys, by the way. These stadiums that these players are playing in tonight through next week, the end of next week, are not always football pitches. Like Arsenal are playing Bournemouth on an MLS pitch tonight. That's fine. Okay. Those are draft. But when you go to SoFi, you're playing on turf or you're playing on freshly laid grass that does not settle correctly over NFL pitches. So they are at risk for injury. So we got to keep an eye on that because look, last season you were seeing injuries early in the season because of these turfs, because of these pitches that are not made for football. And I don't know who watched that Arsenal Barcelona game. Sorry, I'm going off on this one a little bit. Cool, man. If you saw that Arsenal Barcelona game last season, it was a shit show. It was a 5-3 shootout, and players were sliding all over the place. Like these pitches are something to be concerned about. But getting back to Tomiyasu, man, like this won't be the last injury. So this is why I think squad depth is so important. Tomiyasu, am I concerned about him moving forward at Arsenal? Who wouldn't be? Just like I'm concerned about Thomas Partey moving forward at Arsenal. Like these guys cannot stay healthy. So how are we supposed to support or depend on them? Same with Gabriel Jesus. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So yeah, am I concerned about Tomiyasu? Yes. Am I concerned about the club? Not necessarily, because we're actually doing the business to fill in these gaps. So we'll see.
And big up to Charlie Hamilton for the super chat. Appreciate it. He just put daily reminder. West Ham are massive. You know what? I respect that.
I respect that.
Just to big up your football club. Make sure you subscribe to Mike's channel as well if he's in the chat, because he, like yourself, is a West Ham fan. So you would enjoy his content. Shout out to my guy Mike's every single time.
Not enough West Ham creators out there. Not enough.
Shout out. I just said West Ham are massive and kept it stepping. I respect that. I do. Game is his question for TJ. If you don't win no trophies next season again, are they going to sack the manager or just keep him in the job again? Offer him another contract and more money. That's a good question. What do you think? Let's say you don't win any trophies next season. What do you think the board does?
Gaming for life. What a great question. They're going to keep him. This fan base has built such a big cult of personality around this manager that nobody actually holds his feet to the fire when things don't go right. I mean, and credit to Arteta. And look, my thoughts on Mikel Arteta are no secret. I wanted him fired if he didn't win trophies last season. Now, a lot of the fan base are where I was this time in 2023. Now they're like, oh yeah, if they don't win, he needs to go. I don't think the board are going to be that way because number one, there's enough support in this fan base that they don't care about results. All they care about are vibes. All they care about is getting top four and competing for, going far in the Champions League. There's no hardware requirement with these guys. There's enough of those guys that will keep buying the merch, that'll keep being an idiot like me and buying tickets to go out to watch them in LA and Philly. And they'll keep the guy in the job because they believe in what the guy is doing. Now, there's no deadline from the Cronkies, and that's a big problem with me. That's a big problem for me. So if you ask, like, I think the worm is starting to turn in the fan base, and that, like, if he doesn't win anything this season, there's going to be calls for him to get sacked. But from a board perspective, they keep seeing the dollar signs. If he gets top four and he goes far in the Champions League, say like a quarter or a semi again, pause. they're gonna keep him. They're gonna keep him.
That's the craziest part. Is I agree. Like, I think even if the fan base turn and want him out because he's got you to a certain level where you'll finish top four, play good football, always be in contention of some sort, they'll keep him off that. So let's say you make the semi-finals of the Champions League, finish second in the Premier League. I think he keeps his job.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. If he repeats what he did last season, he's gonna stay.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah,
because the belief is still there.
Yeah,
the belief is still there.
Let's go get another signing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we go again, right? Yeah, I hate it when people say that. I cannot stand it.
Go again, man. Let's go, man.
Let's go again.
Go Gunners, man. Go Gunners. Let's go, man. Shout, you know what I'm saying?
Like we're the fucking Power Rangers or something.
Question for the panel: who wins the United versus Arsenal friendly this weekend? You know, we beat them last year, so I just say United just because of that.
You know, if United start Tom Heaton in goal, we're done. We're out of here. Clean sheet, easy. No, I mean these friendlies. Who knows what's going to happen, man?
Yeah, it depends on the teams that line
up. And honestly, if you guys saw the traveling rosters for Arsenal, like, it's not impressive. We took 12 kids with us, and honestly, look, I would be called more of a massive hypocrite than I already am if I didn't say that I'm glad that a lot of the kids are going, because I said Mikel Arteta doesn't give these kids a chance to play. So hopefully they get a chance to play out in the U.S. and show what they can do. Declan Rice is not going to be out there. Saliba is not going to be out there. Saka is not going to be out there. Havertz, I think Havertz and Martinelli and Gabriel Magalhaes were late additions. Okay. So David Raya not going to be there, which I don't get, by the way, because he played one game in the Euros. What does he have to do? Does he have like a 3-week hangover from winning the Euros?
Yeah, man. He's out there drinking, man. If he drinks or celebrating, I should say. He's definitely celebrating.
Ramsdale is not going to be out there. We're going to have Karl Hein starting in net for us against Man United. So, yeah. That shows you. So it's probably going to be United cubed. I'm not going to lie. Ramsdale, and that should tell you something. If Ramsdale's not going out there, right? Because Ramsdale didn't play one game either. He took that L against Iceland, and we didn't see him again, other than telling Jordan Pickford how good he was. So it's one of those things where it's probably going to be United, just because the strength of the squad is a lot bigger, and we're going to be trying out a lot of youth in the 11. So
that makes sense. No, I fully hear that. Warrior J says, TJ, as it stands, what lineup do you want to see in the 24-25 season? So yeah, you can add Calafiori. Yeah, what is the 11? Because I answered this. Yeah. It's a good question.
It hasn't really changed, guys, to be honest. It's Raya and net, obviously. Left back. It has to be I think it has to be Calafiori, especially because we don't know. We don't know how Urian Timber is going to look. We'll see. But if we get the Urian Timber that we saw in preseason last season, I want to see him start again. And then we can see how Calafiori can do off the bench. Obviously, we got Starsky and Hutch starting at center backs. Got Ben White. And then I want a double pivot 6, and I want a healthy Thomas Partey next to Declan Rice.
Yeah.
We got Odegaard in the 10, and then we have the left is the problem because Martinelli was just so inconsistent. So
starting a better Martinelli next season.
Do I expect to see a better Martinelli?
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the support he has from the left backs, and if if he develops a little bit more. The problem I have with Martinelli is that he's a speed demon. He's not calm on the ball. Does that make sense? Like you see him with the ball and he's charging. He doesn't really pick his head up a lot, especially when he doesn't have that overlapping left back. So I'm iffy on him because if he's developed during the offseason, that kind of ability to slow down, look around, see if there's anybody around you supporting. Otherwise, there's a lot of the time where he would just get run out of the back line or just shoot it into the side of the net. Like he left a lot to be desired last season. I think, if he doesn't have a good season this season, people are going to say, okay, yeah, well, 2022-23 was just a flash in the pan. And I don't want that for Martinelli. Like people were rating him above Saka last season or 2 seasons ago. Remember that? Yeah. So yeah, no, do I want him to start? Yeah. I'm a huge Gabriel Martinelli fan. Big Gabriel Martinelli fan. No. But he needs support on the left to really cook. If you were going to ask me who I was going to start on the first day, based off of limited information that I have right now, it's Trossard on the left. Okay. 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
And then Havertz up top, and then 9.
Havertz up top, and then Bukayo on the right.
And John Tanner says, where does this signing leave Zinchenko?
Back at the training ground, watering the dog. Like he doesn't need to be in this. He doesn't need to be in the squad, man. Like, and look, unless it's against like relegation fodder, he's not good. Like, look, everybody's kind of bigging him up. I think he's earned extra time just because he got goals against like the likes of Sheffield United. Like, what other game did he play really, really well in? He embarrassed us in several instances last season. Goes back on the bench and starts crying. Like, look, I think that he is very, very passionate and he would die for whatever club he plays for, but he's just not the levels. Like, look, if you rated people on their footballing ability based on their passion, I would be playing for Arsenal right now. You gotta go out there. No. Like you can, if you don't have passion to match the talent, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I don't think Zinchenko doesn't deserve to start. I think he barely deserves a bench spot. We need to move him on.
Damn. As of right now, are you confident going into this season? And how many points out of the first 5 games do you see?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up because we played Tottenham and Man City in our first 5. So let's take a realistic look at this, guys. Let's take a realistic.
This is good.
Let's go on a journey.
You play Spurs early, don't you? Yeah.
Let's go on a journey, guys. So we play Wolves at home on August 17th. Less than a month away, people. Club football will be back. Less than a month away. Aston Villa away. Brighton at home, which Brighton, I don't care who's going to be coaching them. They will be difficult. Tottenham away, Man City away, and then Leicester City at home. So our first 5 games. Guys.
Look at there, yeah. You lot got Wolves.
So we should win.
Home, Villa away, Brighton at home,
and here's the thing: don't overlook Wolves. Don't overlook Wolves at the beginning of the game, bro.
Wolves, Villa, Brighton, Spurs, City. That's a tough 5 to start.
Yeah. Woo. No, 100%. So I'm saying Wolves, we should get 3 points. So that's 3 points.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, I have no faith that we can beat them away. So
come on, Villa, man. Do the business again. Shout out, Villa.
Brighton, we should beat at home. So that's 6. Tottenham away is always hard. It doesn't matter. Like, the old adage, form goes out the window. So let's just say we draw away at Tottenham. So that's 7 points. 7 points. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't think we beat Man City away.
Wait, what was the Villa?
Villa's a fat L, dude.
So Wolves win,
Wolves win, Brighton win, draw away at Tottenham.
Draw.
7.
What about City?
Huh?
What about City?
Oh, we're losing.
Don't think you can do something against City.
If we go out there and play that
you can go out there and draw. You can go there and draw.
Yeah, I mean we can draw, but I don't think it's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I
You know what?
think
I think it's a draw because of
understand
how Arteta sets up. I think he sets up the same way.
it's gonna be a chess match between the two managers, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised with a draw.
That's what I think it'll be.
What did you say?
4 center backs and 2 DMs on both sides. That's what it's gonna be. I can see that. I can see a repeat.
Dude, no, and I see a repeat and freaking Saka on the right playing right wing back. Jesus on the left playing left wing back. I mean, it's gonna be defensive. They're gonna be it's like 5 at the back, like 7 at the back at certain instances. Like Arteta won't want to lose that game. That's true, but I just don't see it happening twice in a row. And to say that,
But
I think would be
if you lot get out of this 5 with like a good points return, that puts you in a great standpoint going on to the season. That means you already would have played Villa, Spurs, and City away in your first 5. If you manage to get 7, let's say you get 5 points out of 9, that's a fantastic return.
Yeah,
you lot get one win against those 3, and then 2 draws. I think that puts you in a fantastic point.
So out of the first 5 games, if we get 9 points out of that 15, I'll be over the moon, to be honest. If we can get results good enough for 9 points, but honestly, realistically, I think it's going to be 7. And we'll see. But I mean, chat sport, perfect comment there. If we lose all 3.
Oh, that's peak if you lose all 3.
If we lose all 3. Well, here's the thing, Flawless, is that we are perfectly capable of losing all 3. So no, look, like, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative here, but look, like, we had a run like this 3 years ago, and we got absolutely turned over. And I know we're a different team now, but it's still Mikel Arteta, and it's still this same kind of staff. So I'm very, very nervous. And we will have everybody's eyes are going to be on Arsenal to start out the season because we have one of the most difficult starts in the entire.
Yeah, and I will be there. I didn't realize your 5 was like that, and we will be here for watch-alongs, people. More so on the playback, actually. All the non-Manchester United playbacks or all the Arsenal watch-alongs, and I'll be doing more watch-alongs of all the big 6, including Arsenal. Sarcasm City TV playback. So whether it's 12:30, 3 p.m., 5:30. 2 p.m. on a Sunday, 4:30 p.m. on a Sunday. More Arsenal watch-alongs. You're pretty much going to get every Arsenal game. Every Arsenal game, every Chelsea game, every Liverpool game, Summer City, and pretty much Spurs, depending on what's going on during how the fixtures drop on said weekend, people. So I put the schedule out. I need to write the schedule. I might do it tonight, actually. I need to write the August schedule. But yeah, you lot. So for instance, them Arsenal games, I'm looking here, like, definitely doing the Wolves game, definitely doing the Villa game. Yeah, because 24th of August. Yeah, because that's the day before Carnival. So you get the Villa game. Brighton at home, you'll get that. Spurs at home. Spurs away, you're going to get that. Yeah, I'm doing the first 5. Doing the first 5 Arsenal games, people. Definitely. Because they are super entertaining. I'm with that.
We got so lucky. And by we, I mean me. I got so lucky because we only got one early match against
just the 12:30 against Brighton. Yeah,
and that's it. So that means only one time where I got to wake up at 6 a.m. to cover this team. So
cheers. And Q, don't do that about Flawless. Be like, we will be here for the Arsenal crumble. I actually think they'll do all right because of their defensive prowess. As much as I want them to fail, I think Arsenal will do okay. I don't think they'll win the league, but they'll be at level. Yeah, unfortunately, like I can see them getting, like I said, normally City
are going to get second or third.
But I think you'll finish second. But these things can change depending on the transfer window for all teams involved as well. And big up to Charlie Hamilton, who just became a member of the channel. Much appreciated, my guy. Much appreciated. Thank you. Just became a Sarcasm citizen. Appreciate it. Check out the perks. Hit me up on the gram. 100% the Sarcasm City TV account if you want in. On the Instagram account, there's many other perks on that level as well. You want to join the membership? Link is in the pinned comment. Just under 70 people in there. We're at 60 likes. Let's go to 70 likes. Subscribe to TJ's channel. The link is in the title. Subscribe here to Sarcasm City TV. Road to 13K. We did recently hit 12K. There will be a 12K celebration stream. There will be a 12K celebration stream at some point. Probably not this weekend. Probably the weekend after, to be honest. Big up to Kaneki.
Kaneki, worry about your own dusty club, bro. Worry about yourself.
You need to get Kaneki on your channel, man. That's
I know. Well, I'll be reaching out, Kaneki. Don't you worry.
That is definitely a stream I want to see. But yeah, unfortunately, Cube, I actually think Arsenal will be all right. I don't think they'll take, like last season, I don't think they'll take too many L's. I don't think they win anything major, but I don't think they'll be taking major L's. Like, I'm not looking at them going, oh, you're going to Brighton and definitely losing, for example. I don't think it's that. I don't know why you're asking me this question, Warrior J. I thought we were cool. I'll ask Flawless the same question, Flawless. How many points you think United will get in the first 5 games? All right, who's our first 5? Let's see. So we got Fulham at home, Brighton away, Liverpool at home, Southampton away, Palace away. You know me, I don't put it. So Fulham at home, I think we'll beat Fulham. I don't think the performance will be good, but that's going to be Fulham at home. Brighton away, early kick. Long day, man. Fucking long day. Draw. Liverpool at home. I always predict us to beat these lot, especially at Old Trafford. Southampton away. For some reason, I don't trust us early kickoff away Saturday. I don't know what it is.
Oh, you guys can beat Southampton. Come on. They're fresh out of the championship, Southampton.
Yeah, sure. You just talk about struggling against Newport County. Yeah,
Newport County. You know, look.
I say win Southampton.
Southampton or no freaking Coventry City, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, exactly. We struggled against Coventry City. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they don't have Ward-Prowse. So that is a start. I say true. Win, and then I say draw against Palace. You lot should know me well enough. I never predict us to lose. Yeah. So I say win away at Southampton, draw at Palace. So that's 3, 4, 7, 10. I got us 11. I got us getting off to an electric start. 11 from the first 5.
11.
You know that's bullshit, people. I'm just United through and through. I can't predict us to lose. I'm not getting 11 from it. Don't put any money on that.
I think if we're being real about it, all right, if we're not like the ones, Crystal Palace away and Liverpool at home are your most difficult out of there.
Yeah,
and Liverpool under slot. You don't know how well they're gonna. It's a
whole new entity. It's a whole new opposition. We don't know how they're gonna look. But I'll always predict us to beat them lot. So I go with the win.
Absolutely.
I'll go with the win. And big up to Charlie. He says, becoming a member has made me feel like I've just signed for my dream club. Anyone who hasn't in the chat should do so. You heard it here from Charlie. Salute, Charlie. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it. For real, for real. Mohammed says, flawless thoughts on Sancho PSG links. We spoke on this on the Man United, but I'll happily answer it again. Makes sense why PSG would be interested in Jadon Sancho. They lost Kylian Mbappe. His Sancho stocks rose at Dortmund as well, and he's a very good attacking player, and I think he would suit that league as well, and you could probably get him at a cut price. For Sancho, the reports came out stating that he had agreed personal terms, whether that's true or not, but the move to me, I think probably unpopular opinion, the move makes all the sense in the world to Sancho. If I'm advising Jadon Sancho, if I am Sancho, I'm pushing to get that move to PSG. After everything that's gone on with Manchester United, after everything that's gone on with the manager, do I trust that I'm even going to get game time where you're going to PSG, you're playing with quality players, number 1, you're on for the league, number 2, you're in the Champions League, number 3 as well, Coupe de France as well. So if I'm Sancho, even though I'm a United fan and I want Sancho to stay, if I'm advising Sancho or I am Jadon Sancho, I'm moving. I'm making my move because you guaranteed game. Your first team for PSG without doubt. You're starting week in, week out, without doubt. Whereas at Manchester United, that is still up in the air. Many people, should he start for Manchester United? In my opinion, yes. I picked him in my 11. However, do I believe the manager picks him? No. That was after I got over the initial shock of Sancho being back, because I never thought that would happen. I said, where's he getting game time? I still don't think he gets adequate game time, unless his manager's had a personality transplant. So if Sancho plays, that means Garnacho, Anthony, 2 of the 3 from Garnacho, Anthony, and Rashford are on the bench. And I don't see 2 of those 3 being consistently on the bench, especially when Rashford's his guy, Garnacho's his guy, and look how long it took him to bench Anthony. Look how long it took Diallo to get minutes. I don't think the manager changes like that. So, yeah, we'll see. To King Winter Soldier says, Omar Barada got him back, you reckon? Well, I believe he was at City when Sancho was there, as was Jason Wilcox, who worked with the youth. So do I believe they had impact? Yes. I think if Ineos don't take over, Sancho's not back in the fold. But I just think they said, this looks terrible. It's daft. It's silly. You two sort this out. There's no way that Jadon Sancho should not be allowed in the training ground. No way. So, yeah, I think they sorted it out. I think it was on them. But if I'm him, I'm going. But we'll see what happens.
Right.
Question for TJ: what is your dream signing for Arsenal and a realistic signing for Arsenal?
Danny Olmo, bring him to my club now. That guy could cook. Like, right, and look, it might be a little bit of Euro hype, but I'm high on Danny Olmo right now. I'm not gonna lie. Realistic. Oh God. Realistically, I'm trying to think. Like Chiesa again would be a good one too, but that's more on the dream side. Realistic. I think we got our one realistic signing. I'm not sure we're going to bring in anybody else, to be honest. I really don't. So we'll see. We'll see.
Really?
Yeah. No, I really, I mean, realistically, like if we brought, like, the only other big link that I've seen is like that has weight behind, besides Calafiori, is the Gyökeres, but that's been loud and quiet. So, I mean, again, I'm not really believing the Twitter ITKs. Like, if Fabrizio says, hey, like this is a possibility, then yeah, I'm listening. But I mean, really, I'm dreaming about, and you can go back earlier in the show because I ranted about this. I'm dreaming more about the outgoings than the incomings. Say that.
Well, your likes of Fabio Vieira's and
Fabio Vieira. Oh, I'm gonna be crying when he leaves. AKA, I'm gonna be popping champagne on a live stream. But I'm just, it's one of those things where I'm more worried. I'm really more worried about the outgoings. And yeah, Lee Slims, Isaac would be a dream, but I don't even bring that up.
Yeah, Isaac would be crazy.
That would be crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy.
Slap the 14 on him. That could take you over the top still. I ain't trying to see that.
Slap the 14 on him as soon as he gets here, because that guy could absolutely cook. And it was weird because we were asking for him when he was at Real Sociedad, and we made the mistake of not signing him. And we go out there and sign Kai Havertz and said, you can go ahead and say what you want about that. But and then he goes to Newcastle and absolutely cooks. So it is what it is. This is what it is.
It's fair. And speaking of that, John asked how much can Arsenal raise from sales this summer?
So Smith Rowe, 35. Nketiah, I don't know how much was Nketiah. Let me look. How much was Nketiah linked to Marseille for? Eddie Nketiah.
What was the report?
I don't even remember what it was. Let's see here. Yeah. These Metro UK, these freaking tabloids you guys got out there in the UK are absolutely crazy. I wouldn't mind seeing Marino either, by the way. Marseille. It doesn't have 25 million is what they're saying. 25. So that's 50. Ramsdale, we should be able to get 25. So 75. And if Ramsdale's still here, like that just shows how far his star has fallen in amongst Premier League teams. And then Fabio Vieira, we probably would have to take an absolute bath on. I mean, we would probably get it rinsed. So maybe 15 for him. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect any more than 90 million to come in for these players if we got them across the line, which I don't think we're going to. Like we are the worst team in the Big Six in selling players. Worst. Historically, we are awful. So I like this question. Like John Santos, like in theory, we could get 90 M's, but are we going to? Absolutely not. And then no, we are not getting rid of Zinchenko. Let's just be real. He's staying. He will be here. So yeah, I would say 90 mil for all the players that we realistically will sell, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We missed anything. I know you lot asked this earlier, but I did see this on my socials as well, because Jez mentioned it as the cube. Off topic, you see the Morocco and Argentina after match. How did Alvarez sneak into the Argentina Olympics team, by the way, says cubed. A bunch of kids, and then there's Alvarez straight from the copper like, hey. Yeah, he's one of the, because you get 2 or 3 players who can play over 23. I think that's why Lacazette is in the French team as well. That's what it is. You get a couple overaged, but yeah, I seen the Argentinians complaining because was a goal they scored then chalked off. Was that a late goal they scored?
It was chalked off like after the game.
Yeah, man, hold that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hold that.
Like,
No, honestly, hold that. Argentina. Yeah.
I love that. Couldn't happen to a nicer nation, man. That's what I would say.
Karma's a bitch.
I love that. Yeah, man. What you put out into the universe, put out fuckery will find its way back to you. When the soldier, glad you liked the show as well. Big up, much appreciated. Says big up to you, man. And go to bed. Great stream. Have a great night. Salute to you. Also, and where was it? Did I mention it? Did I? No, I didn't star it. But Cubed was like, she mentioned the game and was like, "Are you ready to wave at Hugo Lloris?" That's what she was saying. That was a question to you.
Oh my cute.
That's what. Yeah, that's what.
The drunk Frenchman. No, I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm going to that game to watch Olivier Giroud. Okay, I want to see Giroud play. That's what I want. I'm not going to see Hugo Lloris. Okay, Hugo Lloris. No. Mm-mm.
Hey, AJB, ask the question again before we close out, and I will get to it. Again, though, people, run up the likes. Don't forget, whether you're watching live or watching this back, we're at 64. Let's get up to 70 likes. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. It is road to 13,000 subscribers, people. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Link is in the title. If you're listening on the audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, salute to you as well. Make sure you 5-star us. Now, no clubs H. No clubs. I got to get decent-ish early-ish night because I got to get up earlier tomorrow so to do some bits and pieces. So, yeah. Because Saturday, you lot probably no streams. My cousin's getting married, so I'm out the whole day.
Congrats, that's awesome.
So you lot, yeah, salute to my cousin every single time. So, yeah, probably not. I was planning to do like a stream from there, but I was like, I might be mash up by the time it hits 10, 11 p.m. But keep a lookout. You know what I'm saying? I may be mash up. May get Jez and the rest of the gang to hold it down. Yeah, AJB asked the question. Is this it again? TJ, would you take Embremo? And I think he's good enough and can play right wing and 9.
Yeah.
Just getting a carry on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, 100%, man. But I don't think it's a realistic thing because then who does that leave Brentford with, right? Like Ivan Toney, who's on his way out. Eventually, you can tell he doesn't want to be there, and Brentford doesn't want him there. I think if he would have had a better season after he came back from the gambling ban, that I would be saying playing a different tune. But yeah, I think in Buemo, I don't think that's realistic, to be honest. So yeah, no. To answer your question, well, I mean, he's good enough, but he's good enough to play right wing, but he's not better than Bukayo Saka, and I don't think he fits the role that Arteta wants to see in the 9. So that's kind of my spot. Like with Kai Havertz, you see him creating a lot of space, making room for the wingers, making room for Odegaard, to make some decent plays in the middle and the final third of the pitch. But I don't think Mbeumo is that guy that fits into Arteta's system. So realistic, would I like to see him? Yeah, of course. I think Mbeumo's an absolute baller, but I don't think it's realistic. Was this Mbeumo?
So would you take him, but you don't think it's
realistic? I'd take him, but I don't think it's realistic. Like again, like people could say, oh yeah, TJ, like I don't really dream about players. Like I kind of look at it realistically and like, yeah, who are we actually going to get? Who are we really in the market for? Because, past behavior is the best indication of future behavior. And really, like, if we were linked to somebody huge, we would know about it already. And we're not. So like we knew about Declan Rice before the season was even over last season. And, Calafiori took 40 days to get over the line. So it's not realistic to say, yeah, we're going to go out there and make a big signing. Like unless, and I would love to be proven wrong. I say this before and I'll say it again on this show. I love being proven wrong. Eating my words. I'm starving to eat some words here. Starving. Because generally I've been right. So I would love to be wrong about this club. I would love to be wrong about Mikel Arteta. I think there was somebody in the chat saying, TJ, you're talking about this. You're talking like Arsenal, like we're 2018 Arsenal. Okay, well, win me something.
You win something.
Win me something, and then I will gladly eat my words.
I think 2018 Arsenal did win something.
We did.
Yeah.
2020 Arsenal won something too. So yeah.
But there's 5 years without a trophy for you lot now, right? 2019.
It will be now
2020
FA Cup 2020.
Okay, so it will be. So if you do win something this year, it'll be 5 years because it'll be 2025. So yeah, it's 5 years, half a decade for you lot. Big up Godfrey as well.
Yep.
So big up Flawless and TJ Warren TV. Shout out to Godfrey, and he bigged up the chat as well. TJ, out of all managers in the Prem, where does Arteta rank in terms of pressure on him this season? It's a good question.
In terms of fan expectation, number one, because he needs to win something. Otherwise, the fan base, not the board, cue the distinction. The fan base that has been okay. One more season. I think this is the last one more season, and then the pressure is going to be turned up on the board. Though I don't think it really matters, like we said earlier. So, but in terms of fan and media reaction, I think he's number one. You got to win something. You got to win something now. You cannot finish second or third, bridesmaids 3 years in a row. Can't do it.
You can't be bridesmaids.
Can't do it. No, we can't, bro. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, you lot would be bridesmaid. I just never looked at it that way until you said it. Bridesmaid 3 years in a row. It's crazy.
Dude, it is crazy. And look, I mean, you go back even further than that. When we didn't make the Champions League, we weren't even making the podium. And look, like, we've given Arteta enough time, and a lot of people are saying that, the one more season people are finally starting to come around. The problem is in my opinion, I just have one too many gray hairs waiting for it to happen. So it's one of those things where, look, like, I understand why people want to give him one more season. I get it. I'm just past that now. Like, we have to win something. There has to be some massive changes here. So yeah. But yeah, number one, John. Number one, 100% number one.
Yeah,
100%.
In regards to it, yeah, go on, carry on.
No, because who else can you really think about? Like Ten Hag, he just got renewed. Like, there's really no pressure on him. And you're bringing in a lot of new pieces into that club. Maresca, no pressure on him. Yeah, at some point we got to get married, bro. We're gonna be the old.
I read it in his accent as well. I've read it exactly as Eli would say it. That's what makes it
exactly. No, and Eli's my American brother here, so he knows, bro. Like, pretty soon we're gonna be the old crazy cat lady of the Premier League.
Yeah, the cat lady from Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly, bro. We're just gonna be tossing cats at anybody that steps up to our yard.
So yeah, and that's where it is. And don't worry about answer the question, Sahil. I see you also, and I'm not sure. Spoobs might be around on the playback for the UFC. I don't know if you lot are about. I'm just waiting to. I told him tell me on the Friday. So yeah, there may be content for UFC. I'm not sure what card it is, but it's the card on Friday. I don't know the name of it. Big up to my guy Alam every single time. Says big up the family. Make sure everyone in here hits the like button and run up the subs too. Make sure you subscribe to Alam's channel, Toronto Hoop Talk, if you're a basketball fan, In the Motion Football if you're an NFL fan. Both channels on YouTube. Both channels underneath in the description as well, people. Saying I did want to get to. Yeah, this was a good question, though, John. In regards to it, I agree with TJ. From a fan pressure perspective, it's Arteta, without doubt, 110%. From the board perspective, no, it's not. But fan perspective, yeah, because you've got Slot, who's new, Pep, who's rarely he's not under pressure like that because he's Pep. Ange is coming off a good season for Spurs. Maresca's new at Chelsea. Like, you've only really got Ten Hag, who I think, how much pressure is he under from the board? I really don't know. I'm really unsure. The fans, kind of, I think only a proportion of the fans. So yeah, I would say from the fans, it's definitely Arteta because you've been bridesmaid two times in a row. So that's what I would say.
Yeah,
go fam.
No, I was gonna ask you, like, what I think the only way Ten Hag gets the sack is if he's sub 10th. Halfway through the season. I think that's the only way that he gets canned.
I don't know what.
And Arteta, look, we'll say it before and I'll say it again. I don't think that Arsenal are any danger of dropping out of the top 4. But again, these fans want more. It's been far too long. It's been 22 years since we've won a major trophy. It's time to win. It's time to win. Okay, actually 20 years. So, like, guys, let's just cut the BS and yeah, if we don't get it this season, we need to get a new manager in. Period. In a story.
And to say Hill, who says flawless, do you believe you've mentioned Anna? Do you think Ahmed can reach Saka's level and is Garnacho better than Saka? Be honest and no bias. I don't know why I put TJ on the end of this. One, I don't get that point. So Hill didn't miss your question. I started. That's why I got to it. I was just answering the other question as well. But in regards to one, I'm never biased. Like if I don't rate a player, I'll tell you I don't rate a player. And if I ever am biased from running jokes, I will let you know. So to answer the first part of the question, do I think Diallo can reach Saka's level? Yes, because I rate Diallo highly. I also rate Saka highly. But can Diallo reach the levels that Saka's reached? Yes, so far. I believe he can because he has all the attributes to do. Do I think he's got the goal scoring attributes? Maybe not in terms of GNA, but do I think he can be as effective for the team and gets more goals and assists? Bear in mind, he's never had a full season where he's played week in, week out. So I think he can. Garnacho better than Saka? No. Garnacho's nowhere near Saka. Anyone who's telling you that is just straight up lying. You know what I'm saying? He's nowhere near whatsoever. I don't rate Garnacho like that at all. He's a bread and butter winger. You know what I'm saying? Energetic, good acceleration, willing runner. Nothing special. Now, could he improve his game? Yes, but no, he's not near Saka's level. I wouldn't say that. Ab says Brentford want 50 million plus not 150 million plus no less for Tony. In my opinion, 25 million max, 1 year left on his contract. I think you could go in there and get him for 40 M's. I think personally. Well, if you fought TJ.
I just don't think he was good. I think his stock kind of dropped with the gambling issues and with his performance when he came back. I don't think he's going to get 40. I think like 35, 30. If Brentford want 50 plus for him, they're taking the piss. Like they're not going to get that much for him. I don't think the striker market is that. He didn't prove that he's worth more than that last season, in my opinion. Like, and he's shown that again. He's shown that he has that kind of rock star mentality. He doesn't give a shit. Like he literally went on Instagram twice and slagged his own team off. Like, do you really want that guy?
Man was with the snow bunny, man. You know what I'm saying?
The guy was with the snow bunny. And
he just was like, you know what, fuck Brentford. I get it,
I played a fuck Brentford. It's just like, and his teammates are there being like, what?
Why you say fuck Brentford? Well, you know, if I'd be like, you know what, you was with the snow fans. You know what I'm saying? I would the same. I said fans. You know what? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I'm not really that fussed. Do you, Ivan? That's what I would have said to him, man. Because you're going to help us win matches regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'll join you for Brentford too. I would have said the same shit. But that's just me. I don't really take it to heart like people took it to heart.
Dude, a lot. Well, no, that's the thing is a lot of people take it to heart, and a lot of
people take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? But when I said Englishman wasn't turning up to training and was walking around the golf course with Gary Neville, everybody shut up. But you know what I'm saying? Different conversations for some minute.
No, that is true. Fair enough.
Hey,
fair enough.
Different conversations when man was soaking and was crap for half a season. No one said anything. No one said nothing. No one mentioned his attitude. Wonder why that is. Hey, Warrior J, yeah, if Lewis is live, I'm not going live after this. I'm going to raid Lewis if Lewis is live. I'll raid him.
Yes.
100%. But yes, in regards to Ivan Toney, would I sign him? I think even coming off the back end of a poor season, I'm still paying 40 million for what I'm getting. I would happily. Because he's got a year left on his deal. You just talk to Brentford and say, you either lose him for a free in a year, I'll take the 40 million now. That's it, because Manchester United need him. I would definitely take for Ivan Toney at Manchester United, without doubt. Flawless, how many signings do you think we still need at Manchester United and which positions? Jeez, how long have you got for Britio? We still need a goalkeeper. Still need a first choice right back. Still need a first choice left back. Still need, in my opinion, 3 central midfielders. Still need, someone to like enough Fofana for that Casemiro role. Somebody to compete with Maino. Another number 10. Still need a striker and need a left winger. And that's even excluding squad players. So I still think we're 7. If you include squad players, we're still 7, 8 players short. Well, first teamers, right back, left back, 3 midfielders, which we're not going to get. Goalkeeper, like I mentioned, Jack. It's like 6, 7 stars. I don't rate our team highly whatsoever. John Santos says, Flawless, how do you feel about the Højlund 9 shirt? Will he live up to the pressure? Yeah, TJ's laughing because I answered this earlier in regards to it. I think it made no sense. I don't think it benefits anybody. I don't think it benefits Højlund. I don't think it benefits the team. I think it just adds more pressure to an already pressurized situation. The fire was already ablaze and they just poured petrol on it. Why? I have no idea. They just poured petrol on it. So will he live up to the pressure? No, I don't think he will. We watched him wilt under the pressure. Literally watched him. Now, could we get a different hit? Maybe he's more confident. Yeah, but I watched the confidence I watched the lack of confidence in your game. I watched you not make runs and just have zero impact in games. And I watched you not try. I watched you not even apply yourself. Unforgivable. But, hey. I don't think Xerxes will work at United. I feel like he's going to be another Højlund. Could be. If we don't sign another striker, another attacking player, I should say. Even though I want a striker in front of these two anyway, it could definitely be. But I think our attacking options are terrible, Omar. So I hear you. I do hear you. Y'all know how I feel about Tony. Get that motherfucker to the carpet ASAP. 40 million is a no-brainer. Hey, I'm with you, man. Get him to the carpet that is Old Trafford. I hear you, Eli, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. I hear you, Eli. Am I done? Now we on the same wavelength, man. We on the same way. I see it, Eli, man. I see it. I see it.
You seen it like Tony sees the stars aligning. That's what's going on.
Hey, Tony's seen the stars, man.
What's going on?
So I can't wait for Tony.
I need to get Tony a better telescope, bro. That's all.
Man. We want to know if Tony, what's it called? I wonder if he thinks.
I wonder what the stars look like. The stars must look different in Finland. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe they are different in Helsinki. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they are wherever he is in Finland. Who knows? Is that even in Finland? Helsinki, is that Finland?
Yeah, that's Finland.
That's Finland. Okay, yeah. I thought.
There you go.
Wait, Flawless, is your number 17 available? Because Ivan won't come without that pause. AJB. Yeah, just Garnacho. Move around. Move around. Give me the number. Yo, Alejandro Garnacho, respectfully. Give him his number. Go take another number. Like, yo, Garnacho, go take, I don't know. I'm sure that, 19's available. Go take that. Yeah. Go take that. Because
one overhead kick isn't going to save your number, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
What are you doing? What are you doing? So Shizami says, with Arsenal, now, man, laughing my ass off the carpet and fair are two different things. Flawless, you crook. Just saying.
Total.
I definitely believe you guys need another striker. I don't understand why Arsenal and United are stalling for Tony. Omar, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea why Manchester United are not going to sign Ivan Toney. Why we've not went and gone, all right, let's just get this deal done. Makes all the sense in the world for the price point as well, for what he offers. Go sign him. He screams Manchester United to me. The way he plays, the confidence, like I was talking about, the lack of confidence with Højlund, that's something Tony does not suffer from. He has the confidence and the ego and the bravado. I think he would flourish at Manchester United. Yeah, of course, Warrior J asked because we're going to close out shortly.
Yes, sir.
Shazam says, with Arsenal adding more depth in defense, do you think they'll concede even less next season?
I think us conceding less next season is we're going to be in the same ballpark, but you guys have to remember that these teams have the ability to look at us and break down what we are doing as a defensive posture. I think that the class in our squad puts us in that position to do it again. But I think to be as defensively sound as we were last season is going to depend on health. And I think we were extremely lucky in that regard last season. And it's going to depend on if Arteta can adjust to the adjustments that other teams are going to be making, because people are going to be gunning for us. Like we are still the contenders. We are still, sans Man United or sans Man City. We are the best team in the league. So it could be argued we're one of the best. We are the best defensive team in the league. So it's a big, like all best answers. It depends, but I think we're going to be in the same ballpark just because we have the quality. Declan Rice, Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel. I mean, it's one of the best defensive cores in the league.
Yes, you could do. This is Arsenal could do. When you look at it, when you look how good they were defensively, it depends. Yeah, for real. But yeah, I don't know why. Again, Manchester and Tony mentioned it here. Eli mentioned it. Tony walks into almost any team in the Prem. Yeah, he does.
He does. Yeah,
I don't get it. Like probably bar Manchester City. Probably it. That's probably it. He's probably the only one. Like I'm starting him. Maybe a Newcastle. Maybe look at Isak. Maybe a Villa under Watkins. I'm taking him over Isak because of the injuries. I'm taking over Watkins because of just the way he plays. That's just a preference thing.
Yeah, I mean, and like you could even make the argument that he could start over Alvarez for Man City too. I mean that Pep did play two strikers at times last season. So, I mean, I mean, Tony's one of the best attackers in the league. It goes without saying. So, like anybody, any team, sans Man City would be lucky to have him.
To John, who says, Flawless, why would Sancho leave if him and Ten Hag have brushed things under the carpet? Because just because you've forgiven doesn't mean you've forgotten. And maybe it's my nature because I'm just an extremely unforgiving person in general. Like, I'm extremely unforgiving. Just like, once you do me something, mistakes happen and arguments happen and things of that nature. But once I feel you've done something against me in malice. So it's not like I've had a disagreement. Me and TJ have had a disagreement. We're no longer brethren and we're no longer going to talk. Disagreements are going to happen. But once I feel you've done something in malice repeatedly, that's unforgivable. And that's just me. Everyone's different. I say this all the time. Forgiveness is overrated. People know exactly what they're doing. I think people in general are way, way, way too forgiving. And in that sense, not only did Ten Hag state what he said when his head was, you can say his head was hot, he then doubled down repeatedly. He had all the time in the world and had, things that Ten Hag has said about Sancho will stick with him now for the rest of his career, to the point where people, with no evidence, have said in this chat and I've seen on socials have said, Sancho is a bad trainer. None of us have watched Sancho in training. So how people can say that Sancho is a bad trainer without watching him is crazy to me. That's like someone saying, or to one of you like in the trap, or you treat your gal terribly. No one's there when you talk to your gal. How do they know that? That's the equivalent of that. So with me, with Sancho, maybe he's looking at it like that in regards to I've forgiven and not forgotten what you did. And it's only because of Ineos that we're even talking because of the new regime. And also, do I get game time? Because one, I don't think the way Ten Hag plays suits Sancho at all. So that's why he would potentially leave. If that's just me, but Sancho may not be like me. He may be a much more forgiving person. He may be and there's plenty of people like that who brush on it under the rug. 100%. That's just me though. So that's why. Because Sancho's not spoken on it publicly outside of him responding to Ten Hag, we don't know his thoughts. I'm just guessing. It's complete guesswork. So that's why. To answer your question, John. And to that view says, treats the club's team terribly though. Hey, we get results. Fuck all of that. We get results. Couldn't care if you lot like me or not.
You don't have to like the coach.
Yeah, you lot one, show up, you know what I'm saying, day in, day out, or week in, week out, and two, this is why we're top 250 in the world. So you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? You fucking delinquents. You know what I'm saying? You're delinquents. That's where it is, jokers. You're a joke, man. I get results. Fuck all that. Like, you lot can like each other. Make sure everyone here in the like and subbing to both Flawless and TJ are good people. Nah, don't deny it because it's about results. I could care less. I let you lot be the judge. Like, you lot could judge that.
You keep coming back, H. You can leave anytime, bro. Put in that transfer request.
I ain't got a gun to no one's head. You know what I'm saying? No one's head. Sancho is clearly better off playing in Europe anyway. I do believe other leagues suit him. I'm not going to lie. That too, Shazam. And that may be his thought process. Or maybe Sancho's on the complete 180. And he's like, I'm going to come back and show everybody that I can ball out in this league and how good of a player I am. And everyone who doubted me is wrong. Maybe that's his attitude. But because I don't know Sancho, this is just sheer speculation. That's all. But I do agree with you, Suzanne. Yeah, I do agree with you on that. Let's see. Flawless, why I asked is Ten Hag could be sacked in 1 year and things could change. This is another thing, though, John, that other people have mentioned. Maybe he's on that train of thought where he's like, this manager's terrible. He's going to get sacked. And then the next manager is gonna come in and play me. But then that could be a risky game if the manager doesn't get sacked 2 months in, 3 months in. It might be a year and a half. And football, you can't afford to be wasting time. But again, that could be his thought process too. Because Sancho's talented. Like, that's what that is. Now, ask it again, Warrior J, and I'll answer it. You know what I'm saying? I'll answer it. Flawless, did you offer the Calafiori Kool-Aid? Hey, even Kool-Aid with Calafiori? I actually think it's a good signing for them, man.
It's a good sign.
Now, do they need other things? Yes, they need other players without doubt. But I think left-sided centre-back, left-back, it makes sense from a squad player perspective. You've got Timber, you can play right-sided centre-back and right-back and left-back. You've now got Calafiori, you can play centre-back and left-back. So you have two options on the bench who are capable of playing across your back line. Smart signing, wasn't a big fee, wasn't big money. I think it makes sense. I think it is. And yeah, we spoke about this earlier, Warrior J. Did you see the
Yeah.
Argentina-Morocco madness? Yeah, we did see it. And couldn't happen to a nicer nation. That's my thoughts on it, man. Couldn't happen to it. But TJ, anything you want to talk about that we've not spoken about before we close out?
Nah, man. I did see a question in there from Lee Slims.
cool.
Big up Lee. He says Williams or Neto and why. Who plays more on the left, Nico or Pedro Neto? I think that, I don't want to see. I think Nico Williams, I need to see a little bit more of. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch a lot of like my real introduction to Nico Williams was the Euros, and he was the best left winger, arguably in the entire competition. Obviously, Spain won it, so easy to say that. But in terms of what we need right now, we need experience, and I think Pedro Neto brings that more than Nico Williams does. So I would say Pedro, but that's because I want to win now. We need experience now, and that's what Arsenal, like, in my opinion, that's what Arsenal need. If we're looking for a longer term project, then yeah, obviously Nico Williams, but I don't think that's going to happen. And it's just like, and I've heard from other people, I'm not going to subscribe to this because I haven't watched enough of Nico Williams, but I've heard he's just a speed merchant most of the time. So we need a little bit more than that. We already have a speed merchant on the left. His name is Gabriel Martinelli.
First, yeah, because Eli's not having it. He's like, I've watched him. I'm not a fan. I'd like you. I only seen him in the Euros, and he was impressive.
He was
I've
very
not watched him at club level like that to say whether he's good or not.
I mean, and is like, maybe I need to watch more Athletic Bilbao games next season to see what happens there. But yeah, I don't know. It's another depends. But yeah, I mean, if you were gonna gun to my head, I'd say Pedro Neto.
That's fair enough. Anything else you want to add, fam?
No, man. No, I'm good. Again, like, looking forward to. There's going to be a lot more to talk about coming up after these preseason matches. Hopefully, we get out of it unscathed. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Keep an eye out for the content coming up out of LA and Philly.
TJ Warren TV, links in the title. I seen you, Warrior J, say that. I was going to redirect to Lewis, but he's not live till 2. And you said Jacob's still live. So we're going to redirect to United Spurs of America people. So make sure you put Sarcasm City Raid. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're back tomorrow. Well, today, technically. It'll be 11:55 p.m. people. So just 5 minutes before midnight, I'll be back. Another Man United crossover. The United Chelsea Spurs show. So myself, Surfer and Jez, talking all things Manchester United, all things Chelsea, all things Tottenham Hotspur. All of these, though, are on all of the shows all the way up until Sunday are all on the upcoming live stream schedule on the channel as well, people. So make sure you check that out. And on top of that, all the shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms, people. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. So if you have Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow us and 5-star us. Same with iTunes as well, all you iPhone users, SoundCloud. Again, subscribe to TJ Warren. His links in the title, TJ Warren TV. Big up to all of you lot as well. We are going to close out, but you get the show every Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. UK time, people. That's every Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. UK. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United Arsenal show. Man United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.